Good afternoon, everybody around the world. People know me and people love to know me. Those who doesn't know me and who won't like to know me, I don't give a damn. But to the people who appreciate life, living, and who like to get to know certain people, you know what I mean? When they come across certain things, they like it, they want to listen. Today is the 7th of September 2025. At this particular moment is 6:26 p.m. The weather temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. I'm in UK, Great Britain, England, London City, in Borough of Sadak, in Borough Bankside, Tabak Garden, flat 16, Geoffrey House, Pardon Street, SC140W. I live over there, flat 16, flat number 16 in this building, Geoffrey House. You know what I mean? Next to Dorking House. You know what I mean? I'm just outside the block, outside the state. London boy, 21 years in this country. You know what I mean? I wish everybody happy Sunday. School kids tomorrow Monday go back to school. College people, university, all people in the education sectors. You know what I mean? Life goes like that. And it's quiet here. You know what I mean? You might think people doesn't exist. People exist. You know what I mean? Certain people, but at this particular moment, they're in their house. You know what I mean? Certain killers, you know what I mean? They can't come outside. And certain legit people, they're having their dinner, you know what I mean? Cuddling with companionship, you know what I mean? Having a meal or whatever. Life goes like that. For anybody else single like me, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? I just had a shower, trim my bob, you know what I mean? Come outside to get some fresh air, smoke a fag. Unfortunately, I forgot my can of Coca-Cola. Sooner or later, I need to go back up. You know what I mean? And I should have a juice with me, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's breezy as well, even though my phone is saying the weather temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. But you know what I mean? I don't know, because I shower with a little bit hot water, you know what I mean? So I'm supposed not to be feeling this windy blowing, you know what I mean, bringing cold in me. But it feels a bit chilly, you know what I mean? But I think I'm well covered. This jeans is rose, you know what I mean? It's rose, it's cheap, but it's quality. I like the way they make it. You know what I mean? I like this little design here. I got the Barber International. You know what I mean? Me as a foreigner boy, because I wasn't born in this land. You know what I mean? But I grew up in this country, as I said, 21 years. You know what I mean? So this Barber International, I just like it, Barber International. And today I trim my barber as well, so it corresponds. For the Lioness, I wanted to let you know something today. Yep, all the ladies of Lioness. I heard about SCL, you know what I mean, Lioness, you know what I mean, London City Lioness, somewhere in Bromley. I read it in Google. They say, because I didn't know where you are from. Because in my view, the Lioness is a national team, so I thought people playing in it, they're across the nations. But I realized certain of them are from Bermondsey and stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So me too, I'm in South London. So good for any Lioness that live in South London. Now, for those who lives in Bromley, South London as well, right? But me, I thought is in because the lion, Millwall in South Bermondsey, right? Now the Lioness, the national team, you know what I mean? I thought the women are across the nation, you know what I mean? But if they're not across the nation, some of them in Bermondsey or some of them or whatever, you know what I mean? There's too many locations, regardless of where you live, life goes like that. Now, for all the Lioness, including the ACL, including the Lioness of the ladies in South Bermondsey. Either you play for the national team, but if you live in South Bermondsey, yeah, in memory of Millwall, yeah, they call themselves the Lion. So all the women from South Bermondsey, me I call you Lioness. You know what I mean? But the Lioness, the national team of England, feminine women of national team, the Lioness. On your game facing Spain recently in this Euro just gone. If you see below my chin, you see this black bulb, right? Before your game recently, before you win the second time Europe League, I had one white hair growing in between here. It was quite long. I let it grow. Since I realized, before I trim, I realized that one was a bit longer than all the barb around my chin. Yeah. And now, I start taking care of it. I start trimming myself, taking care. I was suffering just to not cut that one white hair. Yeah? Going, in this bush here. You You know what I mean? There was one there. But on your game versus Spain on the final, when I woke up in the morning, because you see me personally, as you see me, I'm Mr. Fabrice Lundamo, but currently I'm known as a YAYA KOKO F4. And that's just a name, but the government knows me as Fabrice Lundamo, and as a man, I am Mr. Fabrice Lundamo. But for you ladies and all my peoples, you know what I mean, street name or whatever, funny joke name, or whatever you call it, you know what I mean, I don't care. But it's YAYA KOKO F4. Now, because when there is a date that marks history, according to my calendar of memories, yeah, I like to do something that can stick with me to remember that particular incident in history. No, because the lion was the lioness was playing Spain. So that one white hair on my chin as a bob, I let it grow so long before that day. On that day, to mark the final between you, Lionesses, national team of a women in England, football, versus the national team women of Spain. Right. I was trimming my hair. I decided that one long white hair, I should cut it off. Regardless who win or lose. But remember that final in my calendar of history, in my brain, inside my soul. Yeah? Feelings, you know what I mean? Smelling, hearing, seeing. I cut that off to mark the history. Now, you won. Today I would like to let you know, before that game, my first game to watch football of women was when I saw the Lioness go into the competition of Euro, the one you just won before the recent one. On that, it was 2022. 2022, the year of Ines Queen Elizabeth II, boss of all platinum. Yeah, on that year there, when the competition starts, I was at home, you know what I mean, and I put the TV on. You know what I mean? I think I heard of it before even the competition started. So I said, I'm gonna watch this competition. Women are playing, you know what I mean, Euro, I'm gonna watch this. I've been in this country for 21 years, but I never bothered, you know what I mean? I don't even know if they were showing it on TV or, I don't know, I can't tell you the truth. But the truth is, I never bothered. Either I knew about it or I didn't know. I never watched you before that 2022 competition. Euro women football around the globe, the whole world, on this planet Earth. Now, that competition of Euro 2022, I heard of it from the news. And when it started, I started watching it. That's the first time I would get excited that women play football. And I see players, and I did like that. You understand? Basically what happened is I said I'm gonna watch that competition. Now I start watching that competition. What? I'm in London City, you know what I mean? I'm in London City, I'm outside my block. You know what I mean? Between Dorking and Geoffrey House. I live here. This is where I live. You understand? If you doubt it, you can come check me here. You see I live here. My email address is Fabrice Luyango yahoo.fr, which is spelled as FABRICELUYANGU at YAHOO.fr. Or you can also check Fabrice Luyango Lundamo at gmail.com, which is FABRICELUYANGU at gmail.com. Or you can also check, excuse me, you can also check my YouTube account, which is Fabrice Lundamo. There is an art there. Then you're gonna see SK-BELGE. You understand? Fabrice Lundamo is FABRICE. You know what I mean? There's a space between LUNDAMO. And you know, YouTube accounts, they usually say it has to be at on that art there you see SK dash in between, and then you're gonna see Belge as BELGE. You understand? I'm a legit person. You can also check my WhatsApp number, which is, as we live in UK, England, for the women around the world. If you doubt it, you can put 0044, yeah? 7438507969 or 0044 75353 Now, if you live in the UK, Great Britain, England, yeah, I don't know about Northern Ireland or Wales or Scotland, but if you live in England, you know what I mean? It's just 075 353 or 075 no or 074 38507969, right? Fabrice Lundamo. But you know what I mean? You can also see my pictures and all that, you know what I mean? Man of tribe, man of nature, l'homme de tribu, l'homme de la nature. You know what I mean? But I usually check for this face, and you know what I mean? You see me, it's not a problem. Those who can memorize features of facial expression, you will know is me, and I don't deny myself at any cost. I am me. If somebody likes it or do not like it, I cannot change it. I cannot blame my ancestor or my fathers or my mom, you know what I mean, or the creator of my soul, my existence on earth. So this is me, and it will always be me. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna stand for anybody else to pretend I am them, and I don't want nobody else to stand for me to pretend they are me, because I'm pleased to be me. I'm happy to be me. Now go back to the conversation for my ladies around the world, especially for the lioness. Now, at that 2022 Euro, that one long white hair that was growing on my chin as a bob. You know what I mean? It started growing before then, you know, couple months or so, you know what I mean? It was long. But before I trim, I realized out of all my hair on the chin, that was long. I said, I'm gonna protect that. It was in the middle of this shape of hair you see, like that lays on the chin of a goat or a sheep. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah? Hopefully you can see clearly. You know what I mean? Now, basically what happened is when I cut it off, yeah, before the final, and you won. You know what I mean? No, when I watched the competition of 2022 before the air, you know what I mean? You won. I say yes, I like this competition. Now I'm gonna start watching women football. Now on this competition, that's when the long white hair was growing. Yeah, it was growing. I think when the competition, I believe it was in the last 16 or quarter final. I can't remember, but a few months, maybe less than 2 months, 3 months. You know, but I realized there was that one long hair that was growing so long. You know what I mean? It wasn't there in 2022. You remember? You know what I mean? In 2022 is the year I start watching women football. When I see women play football, I say it's a competition. I didn't even know it existed until I Google on the internet. They say it started something, I think in 1990 something or something. But me, I never watched it since it started. My first time to watch it was 2022. Now I watch it, I see the Lioness won. I was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna start watching women football. Not just because the Lioness won, but because I watch the competition and I understand women play football. So I'm gonna be watching women playing football. You understand? But now on this competition that just recently finished in, I think, July. Yeah? Now, 2025, fast forward. Because I watched World Cup as well in between when Spain won it. I did watch it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was even wishing the Lioness can win the Euro and win the World Cup. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's a leisure. You know what I mean? So you won the Euro. The Spanish women won the World Cup. No, 2025, fast forward. That's when I see the Lioness. You know what I mean? They're in there. They're doing well as well. I'm like, all right. Now, before the final, I realized one white hair growing on my chin. Say, this white one hair, I'm gonna cherish it. No, I was taking care of it. You know, I'm so free to trim myself, but I didn't want to cut it. Not for the Lioness. It was just my own purpose, because I did like it when I see among all the hair on my chin, on below my face here, my neck, that one was longer than every hair. So I said, I'm gonna keep it. Now, when the final came, you know what I mean? I realized now this is the day of history. In fact, I made a video as well. You know what I mean? I made a video. It's on my YouTube. It's on my YouTube account. See this jacket I'm wearing, rose. Well, I was wearing a Nova rose. I call it the Majesté. You know what I mean? It's similar to one jacket that I had earlier on when I came to this country. It was given to me by a relative of mine. You know what I mean? But that one was khaki. But this one, it was denim. Now go there, check. You see, I'm standing outside my front door, flat number 60, which is over there. See, I'll show you where the plate is. You know where the light is on. See where the light is on there. Number 16 on the first floor. You see, look when you look over there, you see a cross, black cross on below and white cross above, and you're gonna see that plate, red and blue and black, and you know what I mean, all that, you know what I mean, and you see all this, I don't know if you can zoom it in, and you see the Union Jack and all that, you know what I mean. It's over there. Yeah, there. I mean, check over there. I live there. You understand? Now, what was I talking about? You see on the front door there. I stood there. You know what I mean? At the day of final of England facing Spain. You know what I mean? So the European women winner facing the World Cup women winner. This past competition that just finished on July. So with my wife's long hair, you know what I mean? It's something that never happened to me before. I say, all right, for this competition, I'm gonna let it off. I cut it off, and I cut it off to mark history for the history of women of Euro winner versus women of World Cup winner. So for me to remember that day, because of football, I must remember that as well. For the interest of myself, I say I'm gonna sacrifice my one long white hair on my chin. Or in my chin, because it belongs to my chin, you know what I mean? Anyway, for those who can understand, I'm not English either way. Specialist in literature, you know what I mean? In memory of ancestor Shakespeare, you know what I mean? So when I say ancestor Shakespeare, you have to remember I am the descendant of white ancestors and black ancestors, you know what I mean? Before I was born, there was white and black. If we don't white and black, I would then be here. My great granddad was white. Yeah. My great grandma was white. My great granddad and my great granddad on the other side was black. My great grandmom on the other side was black. But one of my great granddad, you know what I mean, and one of my great granddad and one of my great grandma, you know what I mean, white and black and white, you know what I mean, they come together, you know what I mean, that's how you know what I mean, I am, you know what I mean, I am. That's why I say that in memory of ancestor Shakespeare. But anyway, those kind of things we talk about another story, another time. Now, finish the conversation, because it's still, you know what I mean, I have to finish talking about expressing myself, my good feelings about memories of the past in my life. And I'll go with that, you know what I mean? In 2022, I started watching women football. In 2025, I realized before the final, I had one long white hair in my chin, on my chin, by my neck, and all this hair here was shorter than the one just standing here. You know what I mean? So I cut it off. Woman of Euro winner beat the woman of World Cup winner. England women beat Spanish women. No, the women of this country, this land where I'm standing now, you know what I mean? England. They won Euro. So they won Euro in 2022. They missed World Cup in 2023. Then they won Euro in 2025. Now, in between them winning Euro and Euro, there's only Spain standing in between them. And be Spain, in my nature, it means that one white hair that was standing here, that I cut it off. I say hello to one white man. I believe he's English. He said he lives in Israel. I say hello to you. You know yourself, right? You know what I mean? I say hello to you today, mister. Yeah? Hopefully, you can understand. Now, When you, a woman of England won the Euro in 2022, remember, I did not have that one white hair. But for them to win the Euro in 2025, I had that one white hair. And that one white hair, it means what? It means Spain. No, Spain won the World Cup. But me, I cut that. No, Spain couldn't beat the Euro winner. You know what I mean? England Lioness. No, you understand? Trying to understand clearly how I explain it. Before, I did not have it when 2022 Euro was playing. And when World Cup Spain won, I did not have it. But when it's back to Euro again, Lioness won, playing the World Cup win in Spain, I had it. You understand? Now, when Lioness win, before they even win, I cut it off. So now, you see, they won Euro, Spain won World Cup, then they won Euro again. No, I did not have the one white hair, then I did not have the white one hair, then I have the white one hair, but I cut it. Now, see, they won Euro now. They are Euro winner twice. They hold the title of 2 times Euro winner. And they could be Euro, World Cup, Euro. And that means I could have no white hair, yeah, white hair, missing, and white hair, and white hair, and white hair, and white hair, and white hair. But you know what I'm trying to say? That was just comedy. But anyway, now they want €2. No, if you check here, you see now I got 2 white hair, side by side. You know what I mean? I got one on the left, you know what I mean? One on the right. You know what I mean? And what is that? They want Euro in 2022, they want Euro in 2025. And you know the long one that was in the middle, that represents what? That represents World Cup. Spain. That represents Spain now. No, but Spain people, me, I don't live in Spain. I live in England. You know what I mean? But I just included you on this conversation because history can never be erased. You know what I mean? I cannot talk about England women lioness playing with themselves. You know, say it don't make sense. They played with Spain, so I have to mention you. And don't be offended because realistically, my hair or the one white hair, I'm bragging too much, I'm talking too much, you know what I mean? I'm being pleased too much about it. It's bringing me happiness. It ain't got nothing to do with football. But you see, me personally, sometimes I just think like, because as I said, it's memory of a World Cup winning game. So basically what it is, it has to also be a history day marking for me. I have to mark a history. You know what I mean? That is just the way I live my life. You know what I mean? I live my life like that. When there is the inauguration of new president, I mark history because it's a history day. When there is anything that, and I'm not talking about low level activity. I'm talking about, when I mean low level, I'm not talking about local business or, you know what I mean, national business. I'm talking about worldwide. Things that are happening worldwide, that nations around the world, they understand today there is something that is happening in the world. You know what I mean? Just like certain peoples when they know, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to talk about that anyway. But guess how you want to guess it. Now, for the lady of Spain, you know what I mean? As I said, my conversation means I'm expressing myself. I'm using example of nature in me to the day Euro play with Euro women of Spain football, national football, playing the women of England national football. So to mark certain history, I do certain things. That is just for me to remember even myself, I done something on that day that it was a history day. You understand? So don't think I'm trying to decrease the capability or the meaningful of the competition of football, or degrading women, or trying to make joke about things like that. No, it's just because it was about football and it's final. You know what I mean? Me have to mark that in my own ways, and the only thing I could have sacrificed to remember it was just that one white hair that I cherished. You know what I mean? For years. I never had it. So when I see it coming, I took care of it, you know what I mean? I was so free to trim, you know what I mean? Because, you know, when you're using clippers and all that, if I just do a little mistake, I'm distracting a little bit, you know what I mean? I can cut it off. So I take care of it, put it work. Now it grow long, and on that day I have to sacrifice it. So I can remember I sacrificed something that I really, really was pleased with. I really was happy to see it growing in me. And that, what day did I do that? I do that with England women of footballers playing women of Spain footballers. You understand? No, women today is the 7. Me, I'm the man who loves women. I started this long time ago, since a toddler. You know what I mean? That's why I know I am a man. That's the reason why I know I am a man, and that's the reason why I know I am a man who loves women. Because since a toddler, since young age, I always in love with women. You know what I mean? I love women so much in my life. But at this particular moment, I'm single. Certain people talk to me, they say, if you love women, why you don't have women in your life? So things happen, you don't understand. I can't just buy a woman. I can't just force a woman to be with me. I can't just go over there and get a woman. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I can't slave a woman. I can't arrest a woman to make her mine. I can't do certain things. You know what I mean? When it's the things of pleasure. With my pleasure, intention, attract another woman. With pleasure, intention is we can match together. We can become one. We can fall in love. We can feel in love. We can have love between us. We can become lovers. But because it's not happening, because it's not available at this particular moment, I am a single man. You know what I mean? But for the love of woman, today is the 7th. The 7th of September. 7 is a date that means a week. 7 means a week. So a week is, you know what I mean? A week, a week, a week, a week, 7. 7, a week, 7. To understand what I'm trying to say to you, you have to go ask. I salute all the military people in the war zone or in the camp or wherever you are. But for all the couples, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about men and women, you know what I mean? That live together. A lot can happen between a man and a woman who lives in the same roof, under the same roof. So 7 is meaningful. Now 9th September, you know, woman carry a baby for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? So today, the 7th of September, is a meaningful to me. And I use this opportunity on Sunday as well today. You know what I mean? The last day of the week, according to administration calendars of the week start on Monday. Yeah, that's it. So if the day, the world ends today, you know what I mean? So who I have, who my love is projected towards, it's woman. 7, 9. You know what I mean? And when you put 7 plus 9 is 16. That is exactly my door number. In fact, I'm gonna go home now because I need a can of Coca-Cola to refresh my throat. You know what I mean? I just ate my spaghetti and the fried chicken. You know what I mean? No long ago. Smoke a fag, I had a shower. I came outside just to get fresh air. And that's why I choose myself, or put myself in a position to express these kind of things. My love for women. You understand? And talk about my only one white hair. You know what I mean? That I cut off. Now I got two white hair. One on the left, one on the right. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I hope you can zoom it so you can see it. You need to see this. I'm trying to touch it so I can. You see that one? One on the left there. That's the white, and the one on the right here. Yeah, that's the white as well. So I got two there. It's like ants in the head of a goat. You know what I mean? Or long ears of rabbit. It's side by side. You know what I mean? Or long ears of rabbit. It's side by side. Or what else you can say? Or like a small finger and the thumb, side by side. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, as I was saying, 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. That is exactly as my door numbers. You know what I mean? In Geoffrey House, Pardona Street, SC140.